Asato Ma Gamaya Tomaso Ma Jyotir Gamaya Amrit Yoma Amritam Gamaya Asato Ma Gamaya Tomaso Ma Jyotir Gamaya Mrit Yoma Amritam Gamaya Asato Ma Gamaya Tomaso Ma Jyotir Gamaya Mrit Yoma Amritam Gamaya Asato Ma Gamaya Tomaso Ma Jyotir Gamaya Mrit Yoma Amritam Gamaya Asato Ma Gamaya Tomaso Ma Jyotir Gamaya Mrit Yoma Amritam Gamaya Asato Ma Gamaya Tomaso Ma Jyotir Gamaya Mrit Yoma Amritam Gamaya Asato Ma Gamaya Tomaso Ma Jyotir Gamaya Mrit Yoma Amritam Gamaya Asato Ma Gamaya Tomaso Ma Jyotir Gamaya Mrit Yoma Amritam Gamaya Asato Ma Gamaya Tomaso Ma Jyotir Gamaya Mrit Yoma Amritam Gamaya Asato Ma Gamaya Tomaso Ma Jyotir Gamaya Mrit Yoma Amritam Gamaya.
Make sure it's not going to play another song. It is Tuesday at 5:55, and I am back. Would you like I did that? Oops, hang on. Here we go. I am back in front of my computer in front of this screen that, hold on, there we go. It's giving me the little signs all over the place. Happy New Year. Happy 2019. We are in the vibration of a whole new energy field. The calendar has switched over, and we are filled with possibilities and new adventures and all that we dream of being created out there on the horizon for us in this year. And so as we step fully across the threshold and into this first Soul Stories of 2019, the chant by Alicia Mathewson is perfect. Once again, the Asato Ma Prayer. The translation of it means guide me, lead me from untruth into truth, from darkness into light, and from death to immortality. It is a reminder for all of us that this stuff, it's all temporary. It's all just the adventure that we chose to come and have, that we're making our way through. And at some point, as Esther Hicks would say, we're going to croak, we're going to go to sleep and transition, and we're going to leave this planet and go back to being beautiful souls with infinite awareness. And moving from death to immortality is just nothing. It's so good. It's so good. And yet here we are here in this realm, and it's a choice to be here. It's a choice to stay here. So while we're here, we might as well have some fun, and we might as well manifest all of those amazing adventures that we dreamed up when we were souls before we came into human bodies. It's so funny when I do this work with clients and we look at soul contracts and the rooms that we make our contracts in. I feel like I've talked about this before, but they're either big flat like maps all over the floor, or they're blueprints like you would see in the Star Wars movie, like holograms that are up on this big screen, or like there's a big round table with all kinds of drawings all over it. And then everything you want, all your options are placed everywhere in this map. And as you're scanning it and looking at it, when we do this energy work and you're scanning, you're looking at your soul contract, you can see how you could have lived here, you could have lived there. Both were on the table. Why are you here? And what was the choice to be here? And where are you going next? Like there's just this way that we flow or move through our journeys that is so divinely, perfectly guided. And yet when we're here and we have forgotten that beautiful divine plan and we're trying to muddle through whatever choices are in front of us, it feels and looks so confusing. But at a soul level, here, like deep inside our soul, our consciousness, there are an infinite number of possibilities of what we can do and create and become. And then our human choices are, guiding us in which way we go. So perhaps as we step into this new year, it's a good time to share tips and advice and suggestions of things that I play with that work really well for me and that others have shared that I learned from. I don't even know how it evolved, but through all the stuff I've done and studied and learned and watched and read, somewhere along all of that, I have started probably 2 years ago, I have started including this phrase or mantra or request in my meditation time. Align me. This is from me to my soul, right? The human Viv to my infinite soul known as Self. Align me with the highest trajectory for this lifetime. Bring me into full alignment with the highest path that my soul can experience in this lifetime. And for me, highest path means to be as true to my soul's calling as possible in human form. To consistently be showing up for myself in a human body as the highest expression of what my soul could share, could talk about, could create, could move through the days in, like, align me with that highest trajectory so that I'm always moving along this continuum towards the best blueprint I designed for myself in this lifetime as Viv. And so because I say that every single day, and it's my request, my chant, my prayer for myself, and it's consistent at least once or twice, or I don't even know. I don't know if I've ever counted. I say it quite a few times every day. But as I claim that for myself, the choices, the action steps for each day are aligning with that. The ideas of what I want to say or do, or projects I'm creating, or the choices of where I want to spend my time. I know, because that's my base request, align me with the highest trajectory. I know that everything that I'm doing and creating in the day is in alignment with that. So with that intention that I'm continuously measuring myself against, or coming back to over and over again, with that as my primary thought or focus in the morning to set my foundation for my day, I can trust that what I am doing with my day is on that course. It's on that pathway. And so it kind of takes care of a lot of the drama. It takes some of the old stuff that I really would struggle with, and like I'll be in a situation, I'm like, I know it's for the highest and best good, so I guess I'm just gonna have to see what happens, and I'll just sort of surrender into it. Not 100%. My husband would probably argue with that. He'd probably say your mind can still do this pretty quickly. But compared to how I used to be, compared to the old version of myself, I have certainly surrendered more into this path that I'm walking, and trusting it without a whole bunch of questioning. The only question I usually have is about time. Like, why is it taking so long? Or why isn't it today instead of like 5 months from now? Or like whatever the request is, that's usually my only, like, the actual creations and words and choices and relationships, like those all feel good. They feel right. So as we start the new year, perhaps that is an idea that you can take into your own meditation time, your own mantra, expression. Like, how can you continuously, it's almost like self-correcting. How can you continuously bring yourself, back into the place that you feel is going to be the most enjoyable path for you, the most productive, the most abundant, the most filled with love, the healthiest, whatever it is that you're focusing on. All right, so today, there's all kinds of topics. I feel like we've had a lot since the last one. The last social stories in December, I had a few friends on, and we were all just giggling and laughing, and there was an energy carrying us right into 2019, and it was a lot, wasn't it? It was like this, I don't know if you experienced it this way, but it was like a freight train was just going. Like, we're going to get to 2019, we're going to charge into it, we're going to move forward. And then it's just been this like, whew, for the first couple of weeks. And I feel like finally this week I've been able to just stop and just plant myself a little bit. And, you can't tell from my desk, but I feel like I'm a little more organized, and I have I guess a game plan to start the year. I don't think very far or plan very far ahead, because I found it doesn't work. Something will come up, and what I thought I was going to do is not what I'm meant to be doing in this moment, and so it'll all get thrown to the side. So I just kind of go a month or two ahead and feel my way as I'm going. But I've been able to really just sit quietly and feel like the movement, that's carrying me forward. And it's exciting. This year is really very, very exciting. So where do we start? I guess a couple things. One, one would be a couple topics, and we'll just sort of see where we go. One topic is definitely this idea of leading movements and how we do that from a really heart-centered space. How do we steady ourselves in what our priorities are, and then land our intention, our focus, harness all of our power into the body, so that we can really step forward and become leaders in whatever the movements are that we are aware of their importance, and we are the conduits of that. Each of us will have something different, and the only way you'll be watching this video is if there's some sort of movement or urge in you to make a change in the world, or else this vibration wouldn't resonate with you. So if you're watching this, there's a like rumbling that I feel, this like moving up, like I've got to say the thing, I've got to express it, I've got to talk about it, I've got to share it. And whatever it is for you, in order for it to come purely out and be expressed, even if the message is as simple as, I am going to take a stand for love, pure, unconditional love, from one individual to another individual. And I live that, I breathe that, I am that, I express that to everybody I encounter. I allow myself to receive that back. Like I am going to be a movement for unconditional love. So if that is an intention or a movement that you feel going through you, wanting to come out and be expressed, whether it's for 1 or 1,000,000 or 1,000,000,000 makes no difference. The energy of it is the same. And so in order for that energy to be flowing with purity, with grace, without this like forcing, pushing yourself into someone else's face and telling them they must love you, you must love them, right? Instead of that, like, even my video camera seems to be jerky a little bit right now. It's like that, I don't even know the word for it. I guess in your face, it's like wanting to impose the will on another. In order to not be that, there's this like, sitting back and contemplating and being present with ourselves and being aware of what's moving through us, kind of sitting and sorting through like what's my junk and what belongs to someone else, and what's old programming, and what's the truth that wants to move through me of what it is I want to share and create in its highest form. All of that kind of has to be sorted out before we can take big stands or become leaders who are touchable or connectable, where some leaders, they feel out of touch, like you can't really feel who they are or get a sense of what's going on with them, and so they feel like you can't quite relate. And if you want to be a leader who is relatable, who has this pure stream of consciousness and love moving through you, there's a bunch of stuff that has to happen in here first. And so leaning back, taking time, pausing, reflecting, looking at the blocks, looking at the integrity with which we hold our truths, all of that kind of has to be sifted and sorted through before we can truly stand up and know who we are and begin leading movements. And so that's what we've been exploring last week in Gaia's Love. I went through the whole the whole gamut of it. And each of the episodes last week really, like they were just very expressive of what I'm feeling and how I'm finding my answers, and then sharing resources, books, and different things that guide me. And then I ended the week with an image of this goddess, this beautiful woman from Saudi Arabia in the 6th century, who lived the model of what it is that I want to create now. And so I have her image on my phone as my screensaver. And in the last episode of Gaia's Love last week, I read the information in the description from the card. And it's this like resonance, you know. I can see her image whenever it pops up. I'm like, oh yes, I'm that, I'm that. And then I can remember the words, and I find myself, you know, asking, not in a judgmental way, but just in a curious way throughout the day at different times. I'm like, I wonder, like, how would she have reacted to that? Or what would her choices have been? Would she have said that the way I said that, or would she have taken a different path? And how can I step more into how she maybe would have acted, you know, in the 6th century? This beautiful woman who, yeah, you have to listen to the podcast. But it's been a really fun shift for me to have an actual image and story to compare and contrast with, and then bring into myself the places where perhaps I wouldn't have been as fierce or as direct or as firm in taking a stand on something. I feel her example going, step up, step up a little more, say that thing, do that extra work. You know, it's important. It's funny because her clothes are red, and I just realized I put red on today, which is very funny because that's not always a color that I wear. So last week, that's what we explored in Gaia's Lab. There's a lot of information and resources there. It's going to be a theme for me for sure this year. You know, how do we become more visible and hold our integrity while we do it, and stay true to ourselves, and step into bigger spaces, bigger audiences, bigger conversations, lead in new, feminine, engaging, and empowering, but from a, what would the word be? It's like it's not from servitude, or it's not from trying to prove anything to anyone. It's like acceptance of who I am and what I'm here to do and who I'm here to be, and accepting that in myself, and then allowing others to see that. That feels true. And so if I'm feeling that shift or that activation, and you're watching this, there's some match for you. So sit with it and explore that. Listen to the podcast if you haven't yet, and find the places that resonate with you, and look at it as like this exploration. You know, mine happens to be about the earth and about humanity healing and coming together for love, and this idea of a new earth. I'm really specific about, like, I get it. If you're still exploring, what are yours? You know, what are the topics that resonate with you, that light you up, that get you so fired up mad that you would not allow that to happen, right? Use all of those signs or trails to inform you. And then there will be these moments where you're just like, that I'm here to change the world in this area. Finger pointed. I am here to change the world, and this is what I can contribute that nobody else can. The more of us who are doing that, who are activating these throat chakras and expressing ourselves and standing up more firmly and looking people in the eye and stating our truth, the more of us doing that, the more it's like grassroots energy comes up underneath ordinary people doing extraordinary things. And then the consciousness of our planet elevates, the consciousness of humanity. Humanity on our planet elevates. Our planet is highly conscious. The humans need to elevate. Very important distinction. Very important, which gracefully guides me into my movement that I have been exploring, called #IAmHereNowGaia. Gaia meaning earth, the highest vibrational name of our planet that she is known by. I am here now, Gaia. And so my vision Yeah, I'm going to practice this. I've been telling my son, I'm like, I got to practice my Oprah interview questions so that when she asks, I'm ready. So I gotta get this, gotta get this process familiarized for myself. So what is the hashtag IAmHereNowGaia movement, you ask? I shall tell you. It is my call to action for humans to wake up, to get outside, to walk on our planet, to plant our feet in the dirt, in the oceans, in the grass, in the forests, to stand on the earth and connect back in with her, to remember the steadiness that she offers us in each moment and the abundance that is always around us. When we stand outside and we plant our feet and we look, we see greens and browns and oranges and reds and blues, like every single color. If you stand at the edge of the ocean at sunrise or sunset, or at the top of a mountain looking over the clouds, every color you have ever dreamed of is spread out in front of us. It is breathtakingly beautiful. And we don't have to do anything for that to be created except honor and love and appreciate the gift of receiving the experience, receiving the sensory experience through our eyes and through tasting the abundance of the earth and holding, feeling the dirt, the trees, the ocean, the rocks, smelling the salt air and the fir pine trees. Like, there's such a richness simply in being a human walking around on this planet. And many of us, the majority of us, have disconnected from our planet over time. We have ignored the abundance out there, and we sit, inside with all of our stuff and want more stuff, or don't have the right stuff, or it's such a separation from the true abundance of being alive, of breathing in and breathing out, and being in this partnership with our planet. And so hashtag IAmHereNowGaia is an invitation to go outside and reconnect, even if it's just for a minute or two each day, or 5 minutes, and walk around and take in the beauty that is all present in each moment. And then at the end of that time, or as you're walking, if you see something that is remarkable or extraordinary, take a picture of it. Take a picture of our feet on the ground. Take a picture of our hands trying to reach for the sky, or our faces looking up into the clouds. Trees behind us, grass all over, like snow. That's what we have here in Cincinnati. I've taken so many snow pictures, and each one is more beautiful, and I love all of them. There's a capturing of the energy that happens when we bring that gratitude, that appreciation all the way into our hearts, and we feel, like, what a beautiful moment, what a beautiful experience, how incredible. Like, I went for a walk a little while ago with my son and my dog, and we went just through the little lane of our neighborhood, and our dog was like sniffing. He got snow all over his nose, and he was trying to shake it off. And then he's like poking around where all the other dogs have gone to the bathroom, and like, it was just this whole adventure, and there's white snow everywhere, and it was beautiful. And my son and I both, like, we're breathing in fresh air. We're, hiking up the hill and feeling our hearts wake up a little bit more. And you come inside from that experience calmer and steadier. The mind has had a brief pause to go, right? That work stuff, like, it can wait a moment. And our entire system gets a pause or a reset, even if it's just for a few minutes. As we get in the habit of doing that and reconnecting with our planet, the love between humanity and Gaia, Earth, is going to strengthen. The energy that's flowing between Gaia and Earth will strengthen. When things get rocky or busy, or we have crises come up, we'll be able to remember how to calm ourselves down. We'll start aligning with our planet and sit and pause and connect and run energy out of our bodies into the earth and receive energy from the earth into our bodies. And over time, as we begin to get more familiar and we remember this partnership with the earth, the solutions to help our planet become more sustainable are going to become easier. It is going to feel, we're going to be indignant about anything that is not in the optimal health of our planet. We're going to become intolerant of the ways that we abuse her resources. We're going to stand for changes that are healing for the waters, for the air, for the trees. And it's going to become more and more important to us as we remember, reconnect with this. It's almost like an umbilical cord. We'll remember this umbilical cord of the womb of our planet. We, humanity, are connected to her that intimately. And so as we wake up, as we reconnect, hashtag IAmHereNowGaia is this global platform where we can share pictures, we can walk with people through their days, we can see what it looks like to have a day in Australia versus a day in Cincinnati, or what the weather is like today in San Francisco, with real people in real here now moments of gratitude. Our news feeds can change, so it's not selfies of, silly things or pictures of people, talking about silly things. I don't even know. It's not relevant. What's relevant is this news feed that would be filled with gratitude, that would be filled with real moments, human to human, human to earth, love expanding. And so fear slowly is just going to go away, and this sense of love is going to feel better and better, and we're going to want more and more of it. And as we want more and more of it, we're going to create more and more of it. And that love is sustainable. That kind of love heals and becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. And then soon, we're one global community working together, creating partnerships across countries, across continents, learning from each other instead of putting up big walls and trying to keep ourselves blocked in and others blocked out. And we're partnering because as a unit, as an organism, as a organism, we are one energy field. So here's Earth, the bubble, and then her water, her air, her trees, her rocks, her food, her resources, which right now are looking finite because we're using them so quickly. And then all of us humans, literally what it probably looks like, chaos. When we start to pause and we start to, it's almost like smoothing or soothing the energy field of Earth from the inside, right? It's like, I keep doing this because it's fun. This is what we could do. And we could eventually slow down, and then there's this like really gentle movement. Yeah, we're humans and Earth. We move as one. So when the Earth is like, yeah, we're using up too many trees, right? We back off and we let the trees regrow over here, and we focus on resources somewhere else. When the water's over here getting too warm, we go over here. Like, we start to partner with the optimal health of our planet. What I was going to say is, it's like when you're pregnant and you have the baby inside of your womb, there are some babies who just enjoy the ride, they're just along for the flow. And then there are other babies who are like a punching bag with the mother. They can't wait to get out. They can't wait to tell you that you're there. And the mom is just like trying to hold it all in. That is the experience right now for our planet with all these humans. It's like, what? What happened? I brought you into my womb. You're having some sort of little crazy party. Nobody's talking to anybody. Nobody knows what's going on. It's like, I'm having my little comedy show here. It's like, here's Earth inviting all of these souls in human forms to come into her womb. Then instead of having one, she got like 7 billion. Can you imagine? Like, when you've seen videos of mothers who've had, I don't even know what the largest number is, 10, 8, 12, I don't even know, I should know that. But a mother, that can't be true. What is the largest? 6? Maybe 6 or 7 babies. I'm gonna have to look it up now. I feel like there have been more than that in one belly at one time, but I could be wrong. But it's like the mother who thinks she's gonna have one very sweet child, little baby that's just gonna be so awesome, and then she's got like a litter inside her belly, and she's trying to make it all work. I mean, you have to laugh, right? Like, what do you think our planet thinks of us as humans? I mean, what does she think? Because she's a living, breathing energy field. She creates life. She breathes air, oxygen. Like, she is an energy field, just as we are. And very physical, way bigger than any one human. So can you imagine what her vibration, her feeling must be? Like little ants to humans. And yet, when I tune in, you know, when I am in meditation and I feel this partnership with Earth, with Gaia, and I do my energy work and I run all of my roots way down to the center of our planet, and I just feel this connection. And I'm feeling a communication that is energetic. Always what I receive is love. Just this pure flush of love, like the mother who loves the naughtiest child she could have had simply because that's her child. You know, just this like pure acceptance. Like, oh, you remembered. Vivian, you remembered that I'm here. You connected in with me. Thank you. There's no lecture. There's no energetic cutting us off. She just sends this wash, this wave of love back up. And always what she sends is like, oh, okay, here's what you can do. Here's how you can improve your life. Here's how you can improve this planet. Like, here's solutions. Here's answers. It's just like here with pure unconditional love, no attachment. If only we as humans could respond in the same way. So I guess I need to practice a little more because that wasn't very succinct. It was kind of a long answer. But I am here now. Gaia is my heartfelt request of humanity, to become one and to remember our love for this planet and to honor her and revere her and support her sustainability. Do the things that perhaps are a little uncomfortable for us, not as easy, take a little longer, but that are healthier for our planet. So yeah, I've been holding space for the movement for about 10 days now. Yeah, 10 days. And we'll go through this initial phase, we'll go through Monday. And then on MLK Day, which is perfect for freedom, I simply hand the movement over to Gaia, to Earth, to humanity. And, you know, I'll still be talking about it and sharing my own and sending the energy out, but it's going to take on a life of its own from here. And then my wish, my dream is that we have this platform, this hashtag space that you can search on Facebook, on Twitter, on Snapchat. I don't know if you can do that on Snapchat, on Instagram, whatever other platforms there are. I think it's on YouTube. I don't know. We'll have to look. But that movement will start to spread, and people will become familiar with the phrase, I am here now, Gaia. And the more and more of us who are anchoring that feeling in and deepening that love for our planet and showing our reverence for her by just putting that hashtag in our pictures, there will be a search place where we can all go individually and just explore. We can see what Gaia looks like through the eyes of all these different humans, and we can learn the real experiences of living in other places or traveling to other places by seeing where people put their feet on the ground and seeing where people look at the skies and the stars, and they'll be real. They're not photoshopped pictures. They're not glamorous, you know, the one shot you take out of 50 when you're on vacation. They're like right here in this moment, and that vibration goes with the picture. And so the waves of love, the upswelling of all of this emotion will start to move through humanity and bring us back together. Help us, you know, reconnect in really beautiful ways and honor our planet in incredible ways. So, yeah, there's that. And, you know, in between, I'm doing the things I do because I love our planet and I love humanity. So I've got Gaia's Love podcast each week, each day. And then on Sundays, we have our meditations where a lot of what comes up in the podcast and, you know, the feelings I'm experiencing as I tune in with our planet, I am guided by those topics, those movements of energy. I'm guided by that in our meditation time. And so on Sundays, we clear energy. We breathe out the stuff that we've been gathering all week. And then we fill back up with source, with light, with love, with this pure consciousness. It's fun. It's so much fun. The work I do is so fun. It's so good. Yeah, and then the other thing I just want to name, I don't want to get into big philosophical exploration of it right now, but another time. What I have noticed in the themes in a lot of the conversations I'm having and sessions I'm having, the themes in the Sunday meditations at the beginning of this year, what we released in the meditations at the end of last year, and then visualizing for this year, so much of it has come back to body, to how our physical bodies are not at their optimal health. There are places where we are out of alignment energetically, where we're either blocking the flow from our crown down to the earth, or we're disconnected from the earth and not receiving energy up. And so the natural in our chakras, you know, crown, third eye, throat, heart, all the way down, the energy is meant to be moving very quickly in a circular spiral direction, spiraling up, spiraling down, like a helix, a double helix, constantly energy moving all the time. When we disconnect from certain parts of ourselves, or body parts, or we have all these emotional energetic blocks, it's like there's like places where the energy just stops. Instead of moving, it's stagnant, or the energy between the chakras isn't flowing very easily, and so it's like it keeps getting trapped, or yeah, you get the idea. When that happens, our physical body starts to feel the energy contraction or tightness or block. And so the physical body, the organs, the blood, the skin, the cells, the muscles, the bones are going to manifest, create what is happening with the energetic block. And so we get out of balance with our physical bodies. Louise Hay wrote a beautiful book called You Can Heal Your Life, which literally goes through the entire body and talks about, you know, each of the body parts and the diseases that we can create, and how all of this is connected directly to our thought patterns, our emotions, the ways that we are flowing in our lives or not flowing. What I have found is the old ways that we thought we had to sit with the stories and analyze why those blocks are there, and then do all this work to get rid of all the blocks. There are these energetic ways you can just move through that faster and not need to do so much of the heavy analysis that we used to do. There are still times it's needed, but not for every single thing. And the awarenesses are able to move, they're able to pop faster, and then the energy starts to flow again and the block is moved. And so the first couple calls, our Sunday calls, they're recorded and they're available on my website. They specifically look at how we are flowing energy through our bodies, and how the earth can partner with us to support moving the energy more easily, with less resistance, less effort. It's been amazing. You know, when I guide those energy clearings, I am always prepared with my own system being clear. And then I just close my eyes and I sit back and I trust the energy that's flowing through me. And I'll be saying these words and I'm like, oh, that's so good. That's brilliant. Like, I wouldn't have thought of that or that way or this way. And like this beautiful love of I would call it source or God or creator. You know, just as I feel this love from the planet coming up, I also feel this love from God or source coming in through the crown and going, just say these words and describe this image that you're seeing and talk about the story that's coming to mind. Because what I'm going to share is exactly what the people on the call or the recording later need to hear. Like, just trust what's coming through. And the most beautiful outpouring of love is what's coming through those calls. That is the fastest way to healing. In addition to the specific steps and the things that are moving and whatever's coming logistically, it's that flush of love that's being sent from Source God through me, out my voice into these calls. It's so powerful. It's so healing. It's like you know, when people do crystal bowls or gongs. My throat. as you hear that, they'll say you're getting a sound bath. You know, there's this bath of sounds and it moves through your body and your chakras and it brings everything back into balance. Those Sunday calls, they're like the sound bath of love. Source moving through my voice and just going shh. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's so peaceful. And so as the conduit of that, like my body has been feeling the freedom, the release, the goodness that is being transmitted. And so it's really been an incredible process for me. And I'm teaching that more. I'm talking about that more. I'm doing more sessions that are directly looking at your health and your body and how to bring the mind, body, spirit back into balance. Like, it's this shift in some of what I'm doing with my work that's really fun. So I feel for 2019, our alignment with the optimal health of our body, we're going to be feeling it as humans, just as Gaia, Earth, is asking for us to pay more attention and take care of her body. Both humans and Gaia, we're all going to be having this return to optimal health together. We'll see it in our bodies, and then we'll help create it, co-create it with our planet. So yeah, 2019, game time. It's on, it's going, it's happening. All right. That's what I got. That's what I got for now. So I guess this week was all about updating and transitioning into 2019. So next week, I invite you to come and join me and hang out. Let's chat. Let's talk about all these topics. Let's see what comes up between now and next Tuesday in Gaia's Love and bring those topics forward. My birthday is not this Saturday, but next week Saturday. So I guarantee I'll already be in birthday party mood, which is going to be fun. Aquarians, man, we love to celebrate ourselves and talk about our birthdays. Just be in the joy of it all. Yeah, it's fun. My dad's birthday is 2 days before mine. So his is on Thursday and mine's on Saturday. And we've had this this beautiful play our whole lives, you know, of how do we celebrate? Is this year going to be together or separate? Or so, yeah, I love my dad. Okay, the song that we are going to end with today, it is called Deep Blue Sea by Snodum Kaur. It was the song that Shuffle played for me, and I love this song. I just love this song. So I believe she wrote it as a lullaby to her daughter when her daughter was little, and she would sing it to her, and it feels like a lullaby when you hear it. So please, when you're done, Google it, listen to it, and just feel, you know, what I feel when I listen to it is this love that she has, that Snatam Kaur has, like I do, for the oceans, for the earth, for humanity, for love being the answer, for this partnership and unity. You know, she talks about that in her work, and I feel that in this chant, in this beautiful song. So the lyrics, they repeat several times. I'll just read them for you once in each of the stanzas. Deep blue sea, baby, deep blue sea. And then she says that several times. And now there's peace through all the land and all the deep blue sea. Yesterday, the clouds hung so low. And she says that several times. And now there's peace through all the land and all the deep blue sea. Love of life finally turned the tide. Love of life finally turned the tide. And now there's peace through all the land and all the deep blue sea. Sleep, my child, you are safe and sound. Sleep, my child, you are safe and sound. And now there's peace through all the land and all the deep blue sea. And she ends it with deep blue sea, baby, deep blue sea. And now there's peace through all the land and all the deep blue sea. Snatam Kaur's reverent devotion and love for our planet. I add mine to hers. Yeah. So much love from my heart to yours.